That was 1 container of my Hershey's cocoa into my crock pot. And with our cocoa, I'm coming in with 2 cans of our pure pumpkin for this delicious fall crock pot recipe. And I'm just going in and making sure we get everything out of those cans, just like so. Perfect. And to accompany our cocoa and pumpkin, I'm gonna come in with a 1/2 gallon of vitamin D milk. I love making this recipe once it starts getting cooler out. It's one of my favorites to make. All of my family and friends absolutely love this little crock pot recipe. All right, perfect. You can also do an almond milk, an oat milk, kind of whatever you choose. And we are going to then add our heavy whipping cream just to give it a little bit of sweetness and just to kind of thicken everything up. I'm gonna go in with 1 container of that heavy whipping cream. Oh, maybe a container and a half. Let's just say a container and a half. Because I like it thick. Perfect. That heavy whipping cream. And we are going in next. I have just some brown sugar. And for this recipe, I just like to kind of eyeball everything. I mean, it's really just cooking with your heart. I'm gonna go in with some brown sugar. Perfect. And then to offset some of that brown sugar, I have just our regular cane sugar. I'm gonna use a little bit less of this regular sugar, just a touch. Perfect. And now we're gonna move on to our seasonings. One of my favorite seasonings to use during the fall. I love a good ground allspice. And this is a strong one, so just a touch goes a long way. And we're gonna go in with, of course, our ground nutmeg. Just a touch again. One of the stronger seasonings, so just be gentle with that one. And to tie in with our pumpkin, I have some pumpkin pie spice. So we're gonna go in with that as well. Again, just a touch, super delicious, super yummy. And I have some sea salt. I love a good like salty, sweet little crock pot recipe. Perfect, just a touch. And of course, we cannot forget our ground cinnamon. You could also do a cinnamon stick here. You could also do a cinnamon sugar if you want to do cinnamon and sugar instead of them separately. And then one of my favorite things to use, pure vanilla extract. And I'm going in with just a hint, just like so. Another strong ingredient, so you just need a touch. And we are going to go ahead and give this a nice stir because we want to make sure that that pumpkin starts to kind of go and mix with all of our liquid. Ooh, look at all that cocoa on top. If you could smell this right now, it's just so decadent and delicious with that cocoa, our pumpkin, our nutmeg, our allspice. Like I said, this is one of my favorite little crock pot recipes that I love to make once it starts getting a little cooler out. So we'll get this nice and mixed up. All right, so I ended up busting out the whisk just so we could break up some of that kind of cocoa, but I think that looks so good. It is so frothy and delicious. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna grab our lid for our crock pot, pop that puppy on, and I'm going to just start this on low and just kind of let this beautify and amazify before we serve it up. Okay, it's been 1 hour. We are going to check on our little crock pot delight here. I'm going to turn this now onto warm. And oh my goodness, we have a pumpkin spiced hot cocoa. It smells so good. It is creamy, it is dreamy, it is thick. Look at how delicious this looks. I'm so excited to try this. I have, of course, one of my favorite mugs to use, our little witch's brew. And I'm just gonna go in. I mean, look at how decadent that looks. Oh, I'm so excited to give this a try. This is one of my favorite recipes to make during the fall. Ooh, and if you wanna add, you know, like a little Kahlua or Bailey's on a Friday, Saturday morning, why not? But I mean, look at how delicious that looks. We are not done yet. We cannot forget the best part about hot cocoa. Ooh, our Ready Whip. Give that a shake. I mean, look at how darling. Oh. And then I'm just gonna add a little touch of cinnamon just to tie in with some of those warm fall flavors. I think that's perfect. I mean, look at how amazing. Oh. I mean, just, yes. Ooh, it's like pumpkin pie fall in a cup. The cinnamon, delicious. Oh, you gotta try it.